There is the world we all know, and then there is the world we never see. Welcome to the invisible world. This is not a journey for tourists. This is a journey into the invisible. Tonight, we travel to Japan. One, Japan is not what you think. When people think of Japan, they often picture one place, Tokyo. A city of nearly 14 million people and more than 37 million in its metropolitan area, the largest urban concentration on Earth. They imagine Shibuya Crossing, where up to 2,500 people cross the street every time the light turns green. They think of Shinjuku, home to the busiest train station in the world, used by more than 3.5 million passengers every single day. Japan is one of the most photographed countries on Earth, and yet one of the least understood. Most people recognize the symbols: cherry blossoms, samurai, sushi, neon lights, discipline. But symbols are shortcuts, and shortcuts hide complexity. Japan is not a country that explains itself easily. It never has. For more than 200 years, Japan deliberately closed itself off from the world. From 1603 to 1868, during the Sakoku period, foreigners were banned. Japanese citizens were forbidden to leave. The goal wasn't isolation out of fear, it was control, preservation, identity. Ask yourself something. What kind of culture grows when a country looks inward for 2 centuries? The answer is Japan. Neon lights, speed, precision. But have you ever wondered what exists just beyond that image? What happens when the lights turn off? Because even in Tokyo, Another Japan exists. Two, the modern mirage, Tokyo as a distraction. Tokyo dominates the global imagination, a city of 14 million people built on what was once a small fishing village called Edo. It became Tokyo, Eastern capital, only in 1868 when the emperor moved there. Shinjuku Station handles more human movement every day than some countries' airports handle in a year. Yet, despite the density, crime is among the lowest in the world. Why? Because Japanese cities are built on social discipline, not surveillance. People don't behave because they're watched. They behave because they don't want to disturb others. This concept has a name, meiwaku. Causing inconvenience to others is socially unacceptable. Have you ever lived in a place where silence is a form of respect? 3. The silent rules no one tells you. Japan runs on invisible rules. You don't talk loudly on trains. You don't eat while walking. You don't blow your nose in public. No one explains this to you. You're expected to observe and adapt. This social pressure creates harmony, but also tension. Japan has one of the highest suicide rates among developed nations, especially among men aged 40 to 60. Not because life is worse, but because emotions are rarely expressed openly. In Japan, strength is quiet, and weakness is hidden. 4. An ancient land built on myth. Japan isn't just a country, it's a story. According to mythology, Japan was created by the gods Izanagi and Izanami, who stirred the ocean with a spear. The droplets formed the islands. Even today, the emperor is considered, symbolically, a descendant of the sun goddess Amaterasu. Japan is one of the only nations whose mythology is still deeply tied to national identity. There are over 80,000 Shinto shrines, some hidden in forests, some wedged between buildings. Shinto doesn't ask you to believe, it asks you to respect. Rocks, trees, mountains, water. Everything can carry spirit. Do you think a country that believes this treats nature differently? Japan is 73% mountainous. Only a small portion of land is flat enough to live on. This shaped everything. Tight communities, rice-based agriculture, a deep respect for seasons. The famous Japanese sensitivity to weather isn't romantic, it's practical. Typhoons, earthquakes, volcanoes. Japan sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire. Earthquakes happen daily, most too small to feel. This constant threat created a culture that values impermanence. A concept called mono no aware, the awareness that nothing lasts and that this fragility is what makes life beautiful. That's why cherry blossoms matter. They bloom briefly, and then they disappear. 6. Forgotten Japan, the rural collapse. While cities grow upward, rural Japan is collapsing inward. More than half of Japan's municipalities are at risk of disappearing entirely. Villages like Ainokura, hidden in the Gokayama Mountains, survived for centuries by isolation. Today, isolation is their thread. Young people leave for Tokyo. Farms are abandoned. Schools close. Some villages sell houses for almost nothing, sometimes even for free, just to attract life back. Would you move to a place where silence is the loudest sound? 7. The people who stay. Those who remain aren't stuck. They choose this life. In remote areas, people grow their own food, eat seasonally, walk daily. Japan has one of the highest life expectancies in the world. In Okinawa, once home to the largest number of centenarians, people followed simple rules. Eat until you're 80% full, hara hachi bu. Stay socially connected, move every day. Longevity in Japan isn't about supplements, it's about rhythm. Eight. Food as philosophy. Japanese cuisine isn't designed to impress, it's designed to balance. 5 colors, 5 flavors, 5 cooking methods. Fermented foods like miso, natto, and pickles shape gut health. Green tea provides antioxidants. Portions stay small. Eating is intentional. When was the last time you truly paid attention to a meal? Japan's soft power is massive. Anime, manga, video games, fashion, architecture. But what's exported is often exaggerated. The real Japan is quieter than its pop culture and much older. Nine. Tokyo, the hyper-modern dream that never sleeps. Tokyo doesn't wake up, it's already awake. Neon lights flicker before sunrise. Trains arrive to the second, coffee is poured without a word, and suddenly you're standing inside the largest metropolitan area on Earth. Greater Tokyo is home to more than 37 million people. That's more than the population of Canada. Let that sink in for a second. Have you ever wondered what it does to a society to live packed together like this? Shinjuku, the human heartbeat. Let's start in Shinjuku. Every single day, Shinjuku Station handles over 3.5 million passengers. It's officially the busiest train station in the world. 3.5 million lives crossing paths. And yet, almost no noise, no shouting, no chaos, just movement. Shinjuku is a paradox. By day, it's suits, briefcases, corporate silence. By night, it transforms. Golden Guy, 6 narrow alleys, over 200 tiny bars, some barely bigger than a closet. Many only seat 5 people. Did you know some of these bars refuse tourists, not out of hostility, but to protect intimacy? In a city of millions, privacy is sacred. And here's something rarely mentioned. Shinjuku also hosts Kabukicho, Japan's largest red light district. But unlike other countries, prostitution itself is illegal. Japan lives in legal gray zones with loopholes built into the system. Isn't it fascinating how order and chaos coexist so perfectly here? Shibuya, controlled chaos. Now, Shibuya. You've seen the crossing. Everyone has. But few know this. During peak hours, up to 2,500 people cross at once, every 2 minutes. Yet, accidents are almost non-existent. Why? Because Japanese urban design is built on anticipation, not reaction. Lines on the ground, audio signals for the visually impaired, behavior shaped from childhood. Children in Japan clean their classrooms. They serve lunch to classmates. Discipline is taught without force. Do you think this level of collective responsibility could exist where you live? Akihabara, escape from reality. Then there's Akihabara, once a black market district after World War II, today the global capital of otaku culture. Anime, manga, video games, maid cafes. But here's the secret. Akihabara isn't about obsession. It's about escape. In a society where emotional restraint is the norm, fantasy becomes a refuge. Did you know Japan has over 1.5 million hikikomori, people who withdraw completely from society, sometimes for decades? Behind the colorful lights, there's silence again. Tokyo gives you everything, but it also takes something back. Now, let's leave the city. 1 hour by train, 2, sometimes 3, and suddenly, Japan empties. This is something most travelers never see. The real crisis, Akia and abandonment. Japan is aging faster than almost any country on Earth. By 2035, 1 in 3 Japanese people will be over 65. The result? Over 8.5 million abandoned houses, known as Akia. Entire villages disappearing. Can you imagine walking through a town where the school is closed, the post office abandoned, and the last resident is over 80? Nagoro, the village of dolls. In Nagoro, a remote village on Shikoku Island, there are more dolls than humans. Population today, around 30 people. Dolls, over 350. They sit at bus stops, in classrooms, in fields. They represent those who left or died. Created by one woman, Tsukimi Ayano, as a way to cope with loss. Is this art, or is it a warning? Totsukawa, isolation by design. In Totsukawa, Nara Prefecture, there is no railway station. None. The village was historically isolated to protect itself from invasions. Even today, access is limited. Population less than 3,000, spread across mountains. Here, people still bathe in onsen heated by volcanic water, eat mountain vegetables foraged by hand, and live according to the rhythm of seasons, not clocks. Did you know many of Japan's centenarians come from these rural areas? The secret of longevity. Japan has over 90,000 people aged 100 or more. Why? It's not just genetics, it's hara hachi bu, eating until you're 80% full. Practiced in Okinawa for centuries. It's fermented foods, miso, natto, pickled vegetables. It's walking, everywhere. And its purpose. Ikigai, misunderstood by the West. Ikigai doesn't mean follow your passion. It means a reason to wake up tomorrow. For some, it's tending a garden. For others, perfecting one dish for 40 years. In rural Japan, retirement doesn't exist the way it does elsewhere. Do you know what your Ikigai would be if no one was watching? I can't make this video without talking about spirituality. In Japan, spirituality is not something you practice once a week. It is something you inhabit. It lives in the silence between two words, in the way hands are washed before entering a shrine, in the bow that is offered not only to people, but to places, to time itself, to what came before. Here, religion has no sharp borders. Shinto and Buddhism do not compete. They coexist, intertwine, breathe together. Most Japanese people do not ask themselves what they believe in, they simply live it. Shinto, the oldest spiritual foundation of Japan, teaches that the world is alive, that mountains, rivers, trees, stones, and even forgotten paths are inhabited by kami, spirits, presences, forces of nature. Not gods in the Western sense, but energies that must be respected, not dominated. This is why torii gates mark the passage between worlds. One step before, you are in the ordinary. One step after, you are somewhere else. Have you ever felt that quiet sensation that you've crossed an invisible line without knowing exactly why? Deep in the forests of Wakayama, hidden among ancient cedars, lies Kumano Nachi Taisha, part of the sacred Kumano Kodo pilgrimage routes, walked for over 1,000 years by emperors and monks alike. The paths are narrow, moss-covered, almost erased by time, and yet they remain alive. In these places, silence is not empty. It is dense. It presses gently against your chest. Even more secret are the temples without signs, without tourists, sometimes without names. Small wooden structures tucked into mountainsides, cared for by a single monk, or sometimes no one at all. Temples where bells are rung not on schedule, but when the moment feels right. In Mount Hiei, northeast of Kyoto, monks of the Tendai sect still practice Kai-Hogyo, a ritual so extreme it borders on the unbelievable. For 1,000 days, over 7 years, they walk or run up to 40 kilometers a day through mountains in all weather. Some do not survive. Why would someone choose this? Because in Japanese spirituality, suffering is not an enemy. It is a teacher. Zen Buddhism teaches that enlightenment does not arrive with noise or revelation.
Sometimes just to wake up the world, I've got to get in and then something's gotta hit it right on the nose. So if you really get exactly what I meant by my soul, I can love you forever. Would you stay with me tonight? Will you love me forever? 'Cause this just feels so right.
It arrives quietly, while sweeping a floor, while pouring tea, while sitting still long enough for the mind to stop asking for more. Even death is not feared the same way. Ancestors are not gone, they are present. In household altars, in seasonal festivals, in the way a family returns to clean graves during Obon, guiding spirits home with lanterns floating on water. Nothing is ever truly lost. It simply changes form. And maybe that is the deepest secret of Japan, that spirituality here is not about escaping the world, but about paying such close attention to it that the invisible slowly reveals itself. So tell me, in a world that never stops shouting, what would happen if you listened the way Japan does? Japan is not just a country, it's a balance between noise and silence, between technology and memory, between life that accelerates and life that fades away. And we're only halfway through, because next we'll explore the myths, the spiritual world, the warriors, the geisha, and the unseen codes that still rule this society. So let me ask you, are you still watching Japan? Or is Japan starting to watch you?